I'm making this video for the gentleman who has a DIO or Elite with the airlock problem. I have the same thing. And I'm trying to figure it out without taking the head off. As you can see, there is a top separate head, and then there's a bottom, and this is a stroker. So I bought a special rubber that was bent to go on from the bottom to the top. And I've tried different water pumps. And then what I did was I went, and I keep all my parts. This is off a Audi or a BMW pump. It's a real good pump. The thing about this is I didn't realize that it only goes one way, which is it only goes, the water comes in here and goes out that way. So for me to pump this pump all the way up to the radiator over here, I'm going to need to put it like right here. And it would stick out too far with the factory plastics on it. Plus, if you notice, the size of the intake on this big one is 3/4 inch. The stock pumps that we get are 5/8. All these are 5/8. So in order to make this work, it's very hard to get any of these rubbers on here. I had to go out and special order these 5/8 on one side, 3/4 on the other to make it work, but it would still stick out farther, so I can't make it work. And I have the same problem. I start the bike up, it gets nice and warm, and then it gets up to about 400 degrees, and it blows this pump right off. So I'm not getting the air out of the system. And what I believe is that there was a damage to the old radiator. So I bought a new one right here, and I haven't used it. So I'm trying to figure out the problem before I go making all these changes and then not having it work right. I don't want to take the motor apart because I'm thinking that's not the problem. My son took this out one day a year and a half ago in the summer day. It got up to 400, got home, blew it off. I cleaned everything up. I put the pump back on, same thing. So either I've got some kind of air blockage, or I'm not quite sure, but I got the same problem. And you notice, okay, there's a pump, okay? There's a brand new pump. This one is a blue pump. This one is for a Volkswagen. But the Volkswagen pump, same problem here. It's got 3/4 inch intakes. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'd like to have this pump right here. I would like to have it push the water up into the top of the head. Then I want to take another pump and put it over on the side along with a new radiator and see if that works. But in order to use this pump, I have to basically put it in or under the frame like that. So I'd have to have piping come down and take a 45-degree bend, 90-degree bend under here, which is not that big a deal. And then I can have this shoot up right by the battery and go right up to here. And that's what I'm thinking about doing. But it's hard to do because I have to put everything together and hope it works. Then I have to get it all full of radiator fluid. And I keep on thinking, what did I do that was different? Because it was all working good. This could be the problem up here. Where'd it go? Oh, shit. I have some water cooler stuff over here. Never forget to have a good stereo if you're working on a bike. Let me think. Did I put it over here somewhere? Shit, it was over here. This is purple stuff. And I don't know if it got in the head and hurt it or whatever. I don't want to take the cylinder apart when it could be a pump issue. Now, along with this pump down here, what I screwed up on, whoops, is I had the pump right here going in right here. It was pushing the water into the top of the head, into the bottom cylinder, and then I was pushing it back up to the bottom of the radiator, which is completely backwards the way it should be. So that's my problem. If anyone else has got any advice on how to do this or what's going wrong, but I have the same problem. I have an air block, and there's nothing that it worked fine for 2 years, and all of a sudden I got this air block, and I think that what had happened is the air block bent something in the old radiator, and it can't release the air. But I don't know. I'm just trying to ask questions first before I go and make all these changes that I'm going to get the help. Then the cylinder is really good. The pipe, super nice. I love this pipe. I'd love to get one. This one's in green. I'd love to get it in blue. They do have it in blue. It's the best pipe I've ever had. Oh, one more thing I want to add about this. This right here is something I ordered. This is called heat guard tape. You wrap this stuff around, it's about 2 inches wide, and you can wrap it around the upper part of the exhaust, like down to about here. You don't want to use a lot of it, but it may take some heat away from right here. It's asbestos. It's about 2 inches wide, and they have chrome ties to hold it on. But I'm just trying to figure out what the problem is before I go put it back together, because I really want to ride this season. Of course, I got my gyro and my Honda, and then right next to that's the $600R. It's brand new almost. And then my little Zuma, which I really like. I got to put new tires on it. Got new tires for it right there though, underneath that thing. Anyway, that's all I want to say. I'm just looking for advice. Thank you so much.